high-quality in-home care services on a sliding scale from hourly to 24 hours. Live-in to seniors, elderly, children, and others who wish to remain in their home but need assistance. Our caregivers are experienced, certified, reliable, and professional. And if you're interested in this profession, we offer morning and evening classes to become a certified home health aide in the state of New Jersey. For more information regarding either, please give us a call at 201-696-3767. Once again, that's 201-696-3767.
GS Radio, the best internet radio station worldwide. Providing the best in music and talk shows. Go to www.gsradionj.com and check out the best internet station in the world. You're listening to GS Radio, internet radio station powered by GMG LLC.
In the beginning there was Jack, and Jack had a groove. And after a while, a deep sleep fell upon him, and he went looking for a new groove. He began looking for a new nation, and it had to be a soulful nation. And he found it, and it was Soulful House Nation. And he saw a building. It was a tall building. It had 10 stories, and he entered the building and got on the elevator and pushed the 10th floor, but it stopped on the 8th floor. And that's where he found his new groove. And he began to jack and jack and jack and jack. And he knew that this was it. It was Soulful House Nation on the 8th floor. Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Bien, ¿y tú?
Okay. Goodness. Well, I got to tell you, I'm super excited to be here today, and especially after seeing Lorena here. I know she had some challenges, but hey, she was like Martin Luther King Jr. She shall overcome. She overcame, something like that. Anyway, well, listen, it's super excited to be here. We'll have a nice little discussion before we bring on our guest today. But just a couple little things we're gonna do. We're gonna quick recap. As you know, last week we had a rerun. Oh boy. Anyway, I probably mentioned this before. This happened to me once before.
What?
I had a friend with a cough, got killed. Of course, at the time, he was in his neighbor's closet. Okay. So, anyway. Okay. Anyway, so
Dan,
What?
your jokes are so corny that they're actually funny. I have to say that. They're so corny that you can't help but laugh.
you had the nerve of this guy, right? Anyway, so please forgive me for the cough. Anyway, so we're gonna do. We're gonna play the hottest song according to Track Source, and then we're gonna talk about stuff that's coming, and that's when we're gonna go in near La Arena. We're gonna have some conversations, and then we'll play a classic, and then we'll get into the interview today, which is with Jus the DJ. So.
That's the DJ.
Yeah. So, Chuck, if you're ready, we're ready and play the hottest song according to Track Source. It's by
We're
Pevin
ready,
Everett.
Chuck.
Yeah, it's called No Wonder. And no wonder the song's hot because Pevin made it. But he's got two songs in particular that I like that are like a must-have for me. Burning Hot. I'm familiar with that one. And then the other one is Special. And Special is to me, it's like, Special to me, that song is a low-down, dirty, funk, soulful house track.
I got to hear this track.
Oh, yeah, you've heard it before. You've heard it, but we're not going to play that. We're going to play the new one by them called No Wonder. So, how are we looking over there? Okay, so we're going to play a few bars of it. As you know, Facebook is a nasty, nasty little habit of shutting us down and muting us out. And, so nasty. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, DJ Dan and who?
La Reina.
Okay, all right.
Pevin Everett.
Shutting us down and muting us out. So
I
anyway,
like
so listen, we can be found all over the place. We can be found on, of course, Facebook. We can be found on YouTube. We can be found on X, Twitch, the website, Vimeo, and then when this is over, it's going to show up on Spotify. It's going to show up on Apple. It's going to just be all over the place. So that's that on that. So listen, I just want to catch up a little bit. So we weren't here last week, did a rerun. But I will tell you, the week before that Saturday, Ricky Clark pulled off his 10-year anniversary. I do want to give him a shout out because the original place he had it planned, something went awry, but he didn't say, that's it, forget about it, I'm not going to be concerned about it. What he did was he went back, he got another spot, he put everything in place, and which was a tremendous feat if you think about it. So kudos and big shout out to Ricky Clark for being able to pull that off. 10-year anniversary.
Ricky, here's a nail clap for you, Ricky.
Okay now. So
that's for you, Ricky.
Yes, he pulled that off.
Yes.
Kudos and all the other good stuff that goes with trying to pull off one of these events. Just again, people see the baby, but they don't see the labor pains. They don't realize what a person has to go through to pull off an event like this, and especially too if you're running things from Hip National Bank, So if you have sponsors, that makes it easier. But if you don't, that's a lot trickier.
I'm sorry. Wait, run that back. Did you say Hip National Bank?
Yeah, another out of your pocket.
I know.
Yeah.
That's cute. I like it. Hip National Bank.
So that was like I say, a tremendous feat, and I just want to say.
And he pulled that off. Kudos to you, Ricky.
And he pulled it off, right? He pulled it off, and everybody had a great time. So, big shout out to Ricky Clark. Then.
Yesterday.
10-12 got rained out, but on yesterday, Tim Wise, Jihad Muhammad, along with the support of the Essex County Commissioner's Office.
Yes.
And they pulled off a great event in Eagle Rock. And that was the first time that I've seen a house music event in Eagle Rock. And that's also the first time that I know of that Tim Wise and Jihad Muhammad got together. So you had two great brands, Ubiquity Soul, and also Bang the Drum. So again, big shout out to both of them, and also too, just want to give another shout out to Jihad Muhammad, who just came back from Spain. So he truly is an international DJ and producer. So congratulations on that. Next,
congrats.
November 1st.
And guess who else was there yesterday?
Who else was there?
Mama Bird. Mama Bird was there.
Mother Bird? I didn't see her.
Yes, she was.
I didn't see her.
She was vending, and guess what she had?
I don't know.
Tell us what she had. Australian lamb, not just regular lamb.
Australian?
She had Australian lamb on the grill, cooked with real wood.
Wow.
You missed that, Dan.
I did. I didn't see that. I know she was there. By the way, what do you call a kangaroo that sits on a couch? You know that.
I don't know, Dan. Please tell me.
A pouch potato. Okay. Anyway, folks, I didn't say these were any good. I just was giving you the information. That's all.
Funny.
All right. So really, it was really great to see. It's the last event that I know of, outdoor event, at least in this part of the area. And again, I got to give them kudos for getting that off and working together. So they really got that off. Then November 1st, birthday party. Bird is having an event. It's going to be on November 1st. It's going to be from 4 to 10 at Washington Street in EO. And of course, they got a tremendous Bill. They have a tremendous bill. Okay. All right. And they have Vernon Freeland, DJ V Free. They have Omar Dalla. And of course, you have Tony Humphrey. So you know.
This is November 1st.
November 1st is going to be at 55 Washington Street in EO. It's going to be a birthday party for her. Now, here's what's instructive. It's not only having a good time, but it's also the fact that the proceeds are going to be donated to Treehouse. And for those of you who don't,
receives all the proceeds. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, and for those who don't know, Treehouse feeds a lot of people. All right, and
shout out to Tanya and her husband.
Yes, Tanya and Raheem. Let's give them a big shout out. And you know, what I also want to tell you is that anybody can go hungry. And anybody can have a bad streak where things don't go the way you planned. And all of a sudden you find yourself in a situation. And what they're doing with Treehouse, and she uses the term neighbors without homes or something like that. But bottom line is they feed a lot of people on an ongoing basis, and what they do is really tremendous. So God bless them, and God bless Mother Bird, or Mama Bird, like we like to call her.
Mama Bird.
Yeah, Mama Bird, because she's not only one who's hearing about it, but she's doing something about it. So let's give her a big shout out. All right. Then, something else is happening, November 9th. Now,
What's happening?
okay, what's happening, right?
What's happening? What's happening?
Okay, I got that cold gay smile. All right now. But let me just backtrack a little bit. Next week, as you know, many of you know that this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And next week, we're going to bring on 2 breast cancer survivors. And we're going to talk about that because we know that's in our community. And I have 2 people I've known for many, many years. One lady is in my church, Nancy Stewart. And she's a breast cancer survivor. She's had bouts with it, multiple bouts. But she came out on the other side. We're going to talk about that, her journey, and just things to do. But also, too, we have Joanne Rollison. Joanne Rollison is a breast cancer survivor, and she's a fellow colleague of mine in the real estate business. And she's had bouts with it, but also, too, she does fundraisers. She does all kinds of stuff with that. So she's a tremendous advocate for fighting against breast cancer. I just want to say one thing about
beautiful
cancer.
Thing.
Huh?
That's a beautiful thing.
Yes.
I recently just lost 2 friends to cancer.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's terrible.
Cancer is a horrible, horrible disease.
Right.
That spares no one and does not discriminate.
Right. And we talked about how stupid cancer is, because here you got a host that will feed you forever, and you kill the host if left untouched. Now, you're hopping into the water, and then you're drowning the thing that's carrying you. That's crazy. That is crazy.
So listen to this quick story. My grandfather had a lump under his armpit.
Okay.
And we kept saying, Pop, you got to go get that checked out. Pop, you got to go get it checked out. He said, no, leave it alone. He lived to be 101 years old. He never touched that. We all thought it could be cancer. He said, if I let them touch it, it's going to spread. Just leave it alone and leave me alone about it. He had a point. He had a valid point. But we'll discuss that when we interview these 2 ladies that have recovered. My aunt also had breast cancer twice. She's still here. She's still here. It's a ruthless killer.
Yeah. Well,
that's what cancer is to me, a ruthless killer.
And like I say, it's stupid, because why would you kill the host? Why would you kill the source of your food? That makes no sense to me. Well,
there are mitigating factors that go along with that.
Okay.
The fact that the chemo destroys your other organs in an effort to cure you from the bad cells, they kill off the good cells. You're really caught between a rock and a hard place. And for those that make it to the other side, kudos to all of you, like my aunt included, with these 2 women that we're going to interview next week. But I have my qualms about cancer that we'll discuss during that interview.
Well, I will tell you, my sister is a cancer survivor. And if it wasn't for the chemo, she wouldn't be here with us. So it's like, what it is? It's like, let's say out of 100, maybe you're batting 80, 85, but you are gonna miss. There are people that are gonna miss, and the question is whether or not you feel, it's gonna be your call. So, and that's the real key to it. And like I say, it's a hard decision sometimes, especially if you have experienced or heard different things, or either or just like average person, afraid, So, but it's gonna be interesting to have that conversation, right? Then, November 9th, November 9th, Stacy Mitchell is going to pull something off. Notice I didn't say try or hopes to. I said she's going to.
You said she's going to.
She's going to pull something off that we've never seen in this area, or that I know of. A gospel house. I'm going to say a gospel house event. Okay, and I got to tell you, it's very important that she does this for a couple of reasons.
Why?
I'm gonna give you a few reasons. Number one, I talked with her, and she felt like this is part of her mission or her directive from the Lord. So right there, you got to move on it. And if nobody else understands, that's okay, because as long as you were obedient to the Lord, it's a good look. Okay, that's number one. Okay, number two.
Okay, I have a comment.
Sure.
Like I mentioned before, I didn't grow up with gospel music around me.
Gotcha.
I know of it, but I didn't listen to it. And the gospel songs that they've mixed with house music, I love them all. But I personally cannot do 4 hours of gospel house music.
Okay.
That's me.
Okay. Now, is that because of your background, or it's just
No,
your
it isn't.
tolerance?
It's because I can't do 4 hours of gospel house music.
Okay.
For me, I like it when it's thrown in the mix with other
Gotcha.
music, but I can't see me going to a house music event where they're only playing gospel house music.
Okay.
That's my prerogative. That's my feelings about this.
Oh, without a doubt. Okay, so now what's exciting about this is that some people will be able to do it. Also, some
yeah.
people will be curious and say,
Yeah.
let me try this.
Yes.
And some people will find out, they might try it and like it. I mean, but
Yeah.
this is all the excitement around doing something that's different. So
It's a great idea.
yeah. So I think this is some of the excitement around doing something different. Now we know it's here, but can we get 4 hours of it? That's a fair question. Now personally, I was listening to Tommy Davis. Marcus sent it to me. Tommy Davis's house music. Let me tell you what. It was 2 hours, but the way he was playing and what he was playing, if I didn't have to come do the show or work or little things like that, because I am trying to have food with my meals. Anyway, I could have sat there and listened to it, the whole thing. And then the second thing I would say is that in terms of churches, not all churches, because I have a friend, for example, that was in a faith that you cannot sing R&B, any type of music that I'm going to say that had a beat. That's probably maybe a little bit too defined.
This is true.
Yeah. You cannot play that music because they see that as making fun or entertainment out of God's word. And, listen, I'm not mad at them. That's, the way they view it. Well, I think, in my opinion, like, you want to wake me up in church? I ain't trying to be funny. I'm just saying, sometimes I'm in there, I'm visualizing. I'm not asleep, I'm visualizing. I'm looking out into the future. I'm looking out into the heavens. Anyway.
Yo, I can't with you.
Hey, listen, you give me a hot house track.
Hey, that's what's happening on your side of the woods,
That's
baby,
right.
right?
That's right. That's right. And the Lord knows this. He already knows this. Now, what am I going to do to wake this guy up?
We
that's
have
like
a
that
relationship.
That's like that old
The Lord
joke.
and I have a relationship.
Oh, we got a
Yes,
special
we do.
relationship. That's like that guy who went to church and the guy had fallen off to sleep. And the pastor said to the deacon, he said, listen, go wake up Billy Bob. And Billy Bob said, look, you put him to sleep, you wake him up. Anyway. Anyway. Okay. But anyway, I think she has to try it. I think
I do too.
Yeah, I think there's a way to have success with it. And from my perspective, I want to do everything that I can to help her succeed. And I want her to succeed. So, and that's just another aspect of this thing we love and call house. Yeah. This Friday, speaking of that, this Friday, I'm going to do a whole set of Afro.
Of what?
Afro house. Now, I've heard
what kind of house?
Afro house.
Oh.
Yeah. So, for example, that would be like Manu does mostly Afro house. You have what's his name? Timmy Regisford will do Afro house. Mark Francis will do Afro house. They have different Afro house mixes. Doug
Black
Gomez.
Coffee does Afro house.
He does some Afro house. Doug Gomez, Afro house. So there's a lot of it out there. Some people have referred to it Congo Bongo, but
South African house music is amazing.
Well, I'm gonna do a whole set.
Yes.
And then I got some other sets, different things. I just felt led to do it. So that's happening this Friday. But I just want to give Stacy Mitchell a big shout out, and I'm hoping
get the nail clap, Stacy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The other thing I will tell you is Stacy is pretty supportive up here too. So she comes to a lot of people's events. She's an hour and a half, and depending on the traffic, hour and 10, hour and a half away, depending on the traffic. And I'm suggesting that, I would like to see us support her. Tamir, Family Soul, is going to be on the decks, along with DJ Reds out of South Jersey. So I'm looking forward to her having a great day, and then we're going to interview her too, to try to help her along with that, because I think it's very important that we support her. I think it's very important that we support her. All right, and the name of her thing will be called Healing Floor. So
I like the name.
Yes. So gonna be looking forward. I want wish her all the success on that.
We wish you all the success.
All the
Stacey
success.
Mitchell.
So that's happened there. Next. So let's see. Hang on one moment. Let me get this thing here. This thing is like
what?
I'm like all over the place with this thing. It's like I'm trying to set this thing up, and it's kind of like it's doing very, very interesting things.
What?
And it's probably operator error, but I'm not willing to own up to that. All right.
What didn't you do? What did you do?
Yeah,
what happened?
No, I'm just saying. This was not where I thought it was going to be. That's all. Anyway, yeah. So that's that on that. Now let's do this. Let's play first of all, let me open the floor up to you. Anything that you wanted to bring up, anything that was important to you that you wanted to share?
No, not really.
Okay.
I've had a busy medical week.
Okay.
And everything went well. So
Great.
Yeah.
Well, I will tell you, and I think I mentioned this to you before, but I probably didn't mention the specials. This is we have medical parts and services for sale. We have a buy one get one free. We have medical parts and services for sale this week. We have buy one get one free. So let's say you got that bad knee that's been hurting you. No problem. We'll get you another knee, any size you want.
So guys, listen.
Anyway, listen. Don't pay
as you
attention
know,
to that.
I have a rare disease called moya moya.
Okay.
And every so often, I have to get an angiogram to make sure that my brain, the blood is flowing properly through my veins. My test was extremely successful, and the flow is flowing.
That's fantastic. Really.
I'm relieved. The flow is flowing.
Really. One last
But
thing. Go ahead.
I always get sedated, Dan. It was supposed to be sedation because I have to hold my breath when they get to my brain.
Really?
Last thing I remember, they were doing the ultrasound to check my veins in my arm.
Mm-hmm.
And then I woke up and I said, wait a second. Oh, Miss Tuttle, you did great. You were great. You were great. I said, but I didn't hold my breath. They said, yes, you did. You did. You were great. I said, hold on. You guys trying to play me out. Like, is this episode of Punk'd? They started laughing. They said, no, you really did so well. Okay, but I don't remember.
Wow.
The anesthesiologist, his name was Carl. He said, I got it right, didn't I? I said, you got it so right. I didn't remember holding my breath. Are you sure I held my breath? You held your breath. I don't remember. I have no recollection, Dan.
Oh, wow.
None whatsoever.
That's good then, right?
So this time, the test was, I didn't feel a thing.
Mm-hmm. That's fantastic.
Usually I feel when they put the needle in and it's uncomfortable. I didn't feel a thing. But I thought they were trying to play me out.
Okay.
I don't remember holding my breath.
That is fantastic. And I'm so happy that you came through with flying colors. That is really, really good.
I am too.
Yeah, you know. That is fantastic. Wow.
Thank you.
Well, folks, we're going to go to the next part here. We're going to play our old school song of the week. Actually, we blew it. I blew it. Put it that way. Yeah, play the old school song of the week. Yeah, let's play the old school song of the week.
Old school song of the week.
Yeah, the old school song of the week.
How old?
How old? Okay.
I feel something special. You got to let go.
Little different remix.
But I can tell you if you look towards the light, I can feel it. I can feel it. Hey, hey, can't you feel it? No. Hey. See, sometimes in life we go through our troubles. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. See, sometimes in life we go through our troubles.
Okay, that's enough.
Now keep it going, keep it going.
Now we're gonna break it down. We're gonna break it down. We're gonna break it down. We'll break it down. We'll break it down. We'll play it back this Friday. No, this Friday is gonna be Afro House. So we'll play it another time. That was a different version. That was one that most people are used to is by Margaret Joy. And this one is Quentin Harris and Leela James are on this one. So it's a little different
I have that on my playlist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So right. So listen, let's start the interview. Our special guest today is none other than Jus the DJ. And after that, we're going to come back and we're going to play some brand new house music. We're going to be in the Shazam free zone and we're going to play some brand new house music. All right. So Chuck, when you're ready, we're ready over here. Hey, wait a minute. Ready over here? No, wait. Is that party or ready? You tell me. Get ready over here. Get ready over. Anyway. Okay. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Ladies and gentlemen, I am DJ Dan Soulful House Nation. I'm coming to you live from the 8th floor. I am the unusual suspect. This is Soulful House Nation, ladies and gentlemen. I'm super happy about this interview. We have one of the stars of the show on the show and one of the stars in the community, an upstanding young man, an upstanding DJ, and he is the future. Well, both of us, I should say. Anyway. So, anyway, yeah, Jus, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Good. So, I don't know if you remember who put me on to you when you were first making it happen.
No, I have no clue, actually.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you. Charles Dickinson.
Okay.
Charles Dickinson. He said, "Yo, man, you got to hear this guy. You got to get this guy. You got to get this guy." And Just the DJ.
Yeah.
And I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
so, I went in and I got a hold of your dad. And I remember one time it was you, um, Nasty Nas, and Josh. I
Yep.
think we did, but we did one by ourselves too.
Yep.
I remember that still. But wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big shout out to him because he was literally there from like the beginning. I think he was like the first person to put me on like their virtual show at the time.
Mm.
And Charles B. Dickinson, like he still tags me in a lot of stuff today. And
Hmm.
he kind of just put me on that platform early, like one of the first people.
Hmm.
So yeah, and he always uplift all of like the new and the young upcoming generation. So
Yeah.
it's always just straight love from him for sure. I
Well,
appreciate
yeah. Yeah. And he's good like that. He did the same thing for me.
it. I believe you for a second. I was going along. I was like, yeah, huh, right.
Well, they call me Young Dan, right?
I don't know about that.
Ah, goodness. Well, so hey, so let's get started. For those who have been on another planet and another life form and don't know who you are, which is hard to believe, tell us a little about you, where you're from, your background, etc. Tell us a little about it.
Okay, so I'm just a DJ. My actual name is Justin. I'm 18 years old. I live in Rahway, New Jersey. I'm currently a college student. I got into this whole DJ thing when I was 13 years old during quarantine. 2020 was when I started, so I've been going for like 5 years now.
Mm.
I started off doing a lot of virtual shows, Facebook Lives, Twitch Lives, and then from there, that kind of gave me like a name for myself.
Hmm.
And then I began getting booked, especially in the Jersey area. So, that's kind of how I got started off. I don't want to say too much right now because we're going to get into more later in
Okay.
the interview. So,
Okay, no problem. Now, so how did you get started with music? And actually, more important than you kind of said it, but um, yeah, music in general. I know how you got into the house a little bit later, but how did you get into music in general? And who were some of your earlier influences? Mhm.
so as far as that goes, prior to house music, I really wasn't into music. Like, I didn't really listen to music on my own for real. Until COVID had came around and my mom was playing music on like the speakers in the living room like every day. Like it
Okay.
got to a point. But through that's when I kind of began getting into the house music world. DJ Lil Man was being played literally every night.
Mm.
He's playing house music, house classics, and my mom kind of would call me into the living room. We would dance together a lot, and just
Okay.
jam out to the music. We just having a good time.
Hmm.
And then through there, I kind of found that music to be a little different than what I was used to hearing, like on the radio and elsewhere.
Hmm.
So I kind of decided to delve into that music a little bit more.
Hmm.
And I kind of knew what it was from my grandma. So to get into it, I had texted her and I was like, who should I listen to? Like, where can I go to get more of this music, right?
Hmm.
She had told me some of her favorite DJs, like DJ Qua and DJ Timmy Regisford. Those were like the two she had named.
Hmm.
And DJ Beloved, of course.
Hmm.
And so from there, I kind of just listened to them on my own. I looked them up on YouTube and whatever was up there to listen to, I kind of just listened to it. And that was like what I would do. During school, I was virtual school at the time. So during school, I would have my headphones on, and while the teacher was lecturing, I would just be listening to house music and just jamming. So yeah, it's kind of crazy to think about kind of how it started.
Hmm.
I feel like it was so long ago that I started, but it was really only 5 years ago. Like that's really nothing when you really think about it. So yeah.
Well, I will tell you, there's 5 years and there's 5 years. What I mean by that, there's 5 years, time is passing, 5 years when you get into something. That's a
Mm,
whole different 5 years, and you were like on it. And
mm.
but now, what made you decide, to DJ instead of just listen to it or dance to it or whatever? Something clicked or something you said,
Mhm.
wait a minute, what?
Actually, before I was DJing, I was heavily into dancing, which is kind
Oh,
of
really?
funny that you said that. I used to dance to like Jersey Club, at the
Okay.
time everybody was listening to Jersey Club and dancing to Jersey Club.
Uh-huh.
Um, And then when I discovered house music, I kind of discovered it through DJs, right? Every time I listen to house music, it's always somebody DJing and not like just actual tracks or records.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was texting my grandma and she was telling me about all these DJs, she was like, "Well, you should try DJing too." And I'm like, "Well, I'm listening to all these DJs, so I might as well like
Right.
see what it's about because I'm listening to so many. It'll be interesting to see the art behind what they do,
Mm-hmm.
see just how difficult it was, right?" So from there, I kind of went and got my virtual software on the computer, and
Mm-hmm.
I started like putting records together. Sounded crazy, but it was for the love. Like I loved what I was doing. I loved it. And yeah, I sent a lot of those mixes out to DJ Beloved, and he would send reviews and stuff, and let me know what he thought about each mix. And that kind of was how I started to climb my way up the skill wise.
Right. Right.
So
But you know what's interesting is because most people just listen to dance, and I will tell you a few things that I noticed about all the people I've interviewed in terms in house music. I noticed a few things. Number one is that either A, they were in the environment or somebody put them onto it. Okay. Second thing I noticed is that they have hip hop in their background. You
mhm.
have hip hop in your background.
Not really, no. My parents are heavy hip hop heads, right?
Okay.
But for me, like I know like hip hop, of course, because my parents were into it. It was kind of like mainstream. It's on the radio, so
Mhm.
of course I know hip hop, right? But it was just like I didn't really listen to music prior to me DJing, so I can't really say I was a hip hop head beforehand. I listen to probably more hip hop now than I did when I before I started DJing. So I
Now,
don't know if it's because I was young or what it was, but I just didn't listen to it before. It's weird. So
well, so when I said they have it in their backgrounds, not necessarily that they were hip hop heads, but
mhm.
I mean that certainly was a part of, you knew about the music, which is what that's really the part that I met, and everybody
Right.
that I've met, you know,
Hmm.
it's like they did not grow up without hearing hip hop, and
Hmm.
at
Right.
some point they made the transition into house. Now,
Mhm.
now, to be fair, I'm into hip hop. I've been into hip hop from the door, um, and I still love my hip hop and my R&B, um, and I like dance hall too. But but and I do play it because
Mhm.
I do a lot of open set parties.
Gotcha.
Um, but I want to play house,
Mhm.
so I know, and I know that you, even though you knew about the other stuff, you wanted to play house, and I
Right.
see, yeah, and like
Yeah.
I say, your 5 years is different than most people's 5 years.
Mhm.
Just knowing
Interesting.
about.
Interesting. Yeah, I just love like house music. Like when I started DJing, it was like, of course, I downloaded music of other genres, but when
Mhm.
I was DJing, it was like house music is just so much fun to DJ. So it was just like that's all I wanted to play. And my parents wanted me to just continue doing open format parties, but I had talked to Dave Morales and I was like, I don't really like doing this other stuff, but I just do it just because like there's money in it, I guess, as of
Mhm.
right now. And he was saying if you don't like doing it, just don't do it. It's kind of more like a distraction. Right. So you get caught up into doing all these open format parties, you don't really get to focus on what you really want to do and be able to push yourself in that lane. So that's why I had to just like do away with all the open format and just focus strictly on house music. And I feel like that's the best way I could have done it, honestly.
Mhm.
Progression wise, I've progressed probably really far just focusing on the house music instead of other genres as well.
Well, interesting you say that. And David said that. Have you ever heard of James Height?
Yes,
Okay, cool. If you've seen some of his interviews, you
I
know,
have.
oh, you have, uh-huh. You have not?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Check out some of his interviews and his journey in terms of a couple of things. Like, for example, when he used to play with Serato, he got rid of that because he saw that the people who were going up were playing on the decks and all other stuff and things of that nature. And then again, he did talk about focus. I mean, in real life, for example, and it's hard though, because the money is there. And um, in terms of open set, there's a lot more money in that. At least if you don't specialize. But if you look, whether you're talking to a doctor or what, the specialist makes more money than the person, the general MD.
Right.
And I think he gave you really good advice and say, hey, look, if you really feeling this, that's the way you got to go.
Hmm.
And you listened. So
Right.
it's hard for this. Yeah. Now, you already said Beloved, and I guess also too, David Morales. And who were some of your other influences?
Influence wise, definitely Mark Francis to add on to David
Oh,
and
definitely.
Beloved. Mark Francis was one of the first producers, DJs outside of Beloved to actually hit me up and was like, yo, like I see what you're doing out here. Let me get your email, let me send you some music. And I was just like, whoa, like this is this what it's like? Like, that was my first time ever getting to send music. So that was really different. I believe he sent me music before I even did the block party for Millie Mills, which was crazy. That was like my first like real gig in Jersey. But yeah, but so Mark Francis, like we still talk. He has gave me plenty and a lot of tips on how to kind of just push myself to the next level, producing wise, getting into that whole realm. Even getting me on Track Source, like he got my name out there. He was the person that gave me the platform to do my first remix. So, Mark Francis has done a lot for me. Jalal Muhammad, the advice he gave me that I always like think back to was he said, don't focus on trying to play like jams or like bangers. Focus more on creating a vibe in the party. And that's what I always think about when I play. And it took my set from like down here to like the next level for sure. It's not always about playing bangers. Like when people remember the vibe more than they remember all the bangers you played. So that's why I always try to create the vibe in the room for sure. And those are like some of my people for sure. Yeah.
Well, good point. Because you know what? I got to tell you. So, I call myself the unusual suspect. And the reason being because the whole idea of creating a vibe is very, very powerful. It's very powerful. And I'm going to say that because, and I say this with love, um, you can blindfold me. I bet I could blindfold you. And most of the time, you can't tell who's playing.
Right.
Because it's the same flow. And I'm not saying anything's wrong with it because, the whole idea is to rock the party. And you rock the party, however you do it, that's the way to do it.
Right.
But there's probably 3 or 4 DJs that I could tell. If I'm blindfolded, I don't see them or whatever. And I'm not going to say their names except for one. Because you already mentioned his name. That I know that's him playing. You know how a singer has a voice and you can recognize their voice? You could blindfold me. I could tell it's Mark Francis playing.
Yeah, easily.
I could tell it's flow.
Easily.
And yes. There's a few others. I won't mention their names, but because you mentioned Mark's name, and we love Mark. And we love Mark. And he's always a guy. And there's others too. Again, I'm not going to bring the names, but if you call them and you say, hey, listen, what are your thoughts on this? He's willing to share.
Right.
He's willing to share. And like I say, there's a few other ones out there too. I'm not going to say any names only because the reason I'm bringing up Mark Francis because you brought his name up.
Right.
Anyway, now, again, and that group, there's some other people that you have mentioned that are willing to share too. But anyway, let me ask you this. How about now? Because I'm sure you get a lot of music now, or you see a lot of music, or hear a lot of music. So my question to you is, like, who are some of your favorite artists now? And plus, you have the benefit of listening to some of the classics and stuff. Who are some of your favorite artists from now and some of the classics?
Oh, that's a good question. Okay. So are we talking house music? Are we talking other genres? R&B,
Let's start with
house music. Okay. So as far as house music goes, artist and producer wise, my favorite artist right now is probably, I'm gonna have to say, I've been rocking with Coco and Breezy recently. I don't play a lot of their stuff, but I like listen to it. Like, so a lot of people don't realize like Coco and Breezy, like they have some stuff for sure. Usually on my Twitch shows, I used to play them a lot because Twitch is more so like where I was able to like just play whatever I want without having to
Right.
talk in the crowd, right? But yeah, Coco and Breezy, phenomenal music they produce. And I've had the honor to speak to them and follow them and stuff. Somebody that's in like my family or close to me, I can't say family, but he's close to me. And he was away and in Belize and he had met them and then he had FaceTime me while he was with them. And then that's how kind of connected. So it's kind of a crazy story, but yeah, they do good music for sure. And producing wise, I would say Louis Vega, of course. Louis, he has so much music, like so much. Like he puts out so much music and it's all quality. It's like, how do you do that? Like, I don't understand. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, Louis up there for sure. Black Coffee. I listen to a lot of Black Coffee. A lot of Black Coffee. It's crazy. Like, and that's like I listen to actual songs from him. Like I don't even just listen to just his sets. So it's like, yeah, he's good on both the DJ and the producing side. Um, and as far as other genres go, I listen to a lot of R&B outside of house music. So for artists in R&B, I probably would say Xavier Omar and Sir are like my top two artists. Brent Fayez is up there too, but I
Sorry, who's
can't.
the last one?
Brent Fayez. Brent Fayez
Okay.
is up there too. But yeah, I listen to a lot of R&B outside of house music, so I could always have a conversation about R&B too. Like, don't get it twisted.
I got you.
I can do that all day. So
Well,
yeah.
wow. Well, it's funny you should say that because, um, so like I'm heavily into my favorites are hip hop, R&B, house, of course, our style of house, and dance hall. Those are my favorites. But a lot of people look at me and assume that I'm into jazz. And
I can see that.
yeah, okay, so here's me in jazz. Like um like like the way I would listen to jazz, like if I got to get stuff done and I want to have some music on, I will listen to jazz then because I can't listen to anything with a beat. I can't listen to hip hop, R&B, dance hall, or house music. I can't do it and get any serious work done. It's just, instead of doing this, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
So I can't get any now, but the kind of jazz I listen to some background. Like if I need to get some work done and I want to have some music on, I'll listen to bossa nova. I don't know if you're up on that. Bossa nova. I'll listen to some type of smooth jazz, or even sometimes even classic jazz, and or sometimes classical. But if I want to get stuff done, I can't fool with that music. I love it, but I can't fool with it because I can't concentrate.
It is like that. But it's crazy because even though like I find myself listening to a lot of house music while doing my work, it's like it's hard for me to concentrate sometimes. But I do listen to a lot of house music when I do my work because it gets me like pumped up and like it wakes me. A lot of times when I do my homework, I'm kind of tired, so house music gets me like going. I just be able to just do my essays, like I'm going. So yeah, that's why I like house music. It like kind of energizes me.
Yeah, I love it. Well, actually, I've always known about house music, but what happened was a friend of mine, Henry Gibson. I don't know if you know him or not. He does sound.
Yeah, Godzilla.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. And he used to do house music events and go to them with Glenn Williams. And I don't know if you remember Glenn Williams. Glenn Williams passed away. He was like, I'm going to say, he was like the IBM of house music, like the standard thing of house music. And he did all the events, all the guys and stuff like that. Unfortunately, he passed away. And I actually got an interview before, I don't know if before he got sick, but certainly he was still handling things, he was still in that situation. But so Henry would go and work with him. And now, of course, I knew about house music, but I wasn't really checking for it.
So I went
Right.
to one of the first events I went to was I think on the pier in Jersey City,
Mhm.
and um, and I heard Tim Wise, and I was
Okay.
like, I'm feeling this. What's up with that? And then I bought one of his CDs. I went home. I was like, okay, okay, I get it, I get it. And after a while, events started coming up, and I was doing this show called Follow My Beat, and
Okay.
that was before Soulful House Nation. And what happened was on Follow My Beat, I would do interviews with people, but in general, it was politicians, it was
Mhm.
breast cancer survivors, it was all kinds of different people. I did hundreds of interviews, and then this I got this bug, which was the house music. And I said, and then for a little bit, I tried to do both shows. I could have done both shows, but I just
Mhm.
said, you know what, I need to go hard with this. And then that's when I started doing Soulful House Nation. First interview ever was Eddie Nicholas. And then
Okay.
after that, it was Carolyn Bird, Mother Bird, who I
Okay.
just finished interviewing just before you did. And then I had a lot of other people. My friend Craig Oliver. Craig Oliver was my initial mentor in terms of DJing. And yeah, and it's funny how you remember certain things, but okay. How about this? Um, you're a young guy like me, and yeah, listen, I don't think I told you, but my real name is Young Dan. Did I tell you that? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
I heard this. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, how did you feel playing for audiences that are more senior than you? I mean, what's your take on that?
I mean, I don't hate it. I just wish it was more of a mix. I mean, we're starting to see more of a mix now, especially here in Jersey. Jersey, like a lot of the big events like Plainfield and Marnaco, there's
Mm-hmm.
like a good youth presence there. Even at Edison this year, it's a lot of youth there.
Hmm.
So it's like even though you're playing for these older audiences, a lot of times it's younger people sprinkled in there.
Hmm.
When I go to New York and stuff, it's like a lot of young people. So
Hmm.
I always enjoy playing in New York. They just have like more energy. They're more lively. They just like dance. Like
Hmm.
that's the only difference between the older and younger. Like when you're older, like yeah, you might yell at the stage, but the younger people are dancing. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little different. But I enjoy both crowds evenly. It's definitely like a different experience playing for each one, and I think it's just good to have those different experiences while playing. Because sometimes playing for the same crowd or the same people gets kind of boring.
Hmm.
Um, so so yeah, that's what I would
Now,
say.
now, do you find that in New York you can go? Maybe it's not the right term, but you can go more out there, more on the limb, because they seem to be a lot more, I don't know, flexible with the music.
Yes,
There's,
easily. When I played Soul Summit, I just played literally whatever I wanted to play. Like I didn't have to worry about playing the Jersey jams
got you.
or remixes or whatever. Like it was just I went there and I just played whatever I wanted to play and they loved it at Soul Summit. It was crazy. Response was crazy. I never got a response like that for a gig. So I don't know if I play like that in Jersey, if I'll get that same response or not. I'm scared to test it. But it was crazy. New York is just so much like more open. Even when I played there for my residency,
Hmm.
um, every night it was just like just a good experience, a good vibe. Like I just went in there, I just did whatever I wanted to do, and I got a good response.
Hmm.
So New York is definitely one of my favorite places to play out of everywhere I've been so far. It's a big dance scene, especially where I play at.
Hmm.
So it's a lot of dancers that come in through the events and they just come in there and they just like do like circles and stuff and they do
Hmm.
crazy moves. Like they be spinning around on their head and stuff. I'll be like, yo, like y'all are bugging out. But I enjoy watching this. It's crazy. It's crazy how they respond to the music out there, man.
Well, now, also too, is in New York, like the crowd is more multicultural. Do you
Mhm.
notice that?
Yep, for sure.
Hmm.
For
Right.
sure. Here in Jersey, it's a lot of us out there, but
Hmm.
in New York, it's a lot of other other races, other ethnicities.
Mm-hmm.
So that's always good. As I'm saying, like I like to play for a lot of different people,
Mm-hmm.
because they're all in the culture just like we are. So it's like why not kind of tap into those other areas or other aspects or scenes as you
Mm-hmm.
can. So
So some years ago, playing in New York, in the meat packing district, I forgot the name of the place, and I played for this um, Merck, the pharmaceutical
yeah.
company,
Hmm.
and they were from France, a French division. They were in New York, and everybody's dressed in white and the party. And I I wasted money because I went out and I was looking for French music.
Okay.
But what happened was um, I I was warming up and I was playing Saint Gervais, I think is the name of it, but I was playing Jermaine like that. But I was playing, just warming up. It was jazz, but with a beat sort of. And they start coming. They're dancing right off the bat.
It's crazy.
Wait a minute, what's this? So, um, what I did was I kept playing, and then at one point I tried to throw on some of the French stuff that I thought, please, they weren't even fooling me on that. So I switched back to the American music. They knew all the music. Let me tell you what, I never ever, I can't, I'm trying to think of a crowd that rivaled that crowd. I mean, the place, there were like 400 or 500 people in the room,
Hmm.
jumping up and down and screaming and all
That's
this kind of stuff.
crazy.
Listen, this is what a DJ lives for. Let me tell you what.
Mhm.
And I said, oh my goodness. Oh man. I want to repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And again, it didn't matter what I played. It's just that I just played how I was feeling and I was playing how it was flowing and when you DJ, in my opinion, it's good to get out of your regular environment because you can see other things, you can feel other things, you can try stuff, that maybe you wouldn't try,
Right.
other environments. But yeah, wow. I get it. I get it. Now,
Mhm.
let's see. Um, do you ever get to play for some of your peers at this point?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. That's all like in New York though.
Okay.
New
Gotcha.
York is like
Gotcha.
a lot of people that are like my age.
Hmm.
Even with my friends that are here, they come out to my events in Jersey every now and then.
Hmm.
They be like, because a lot of people they work now. I'm at the
Right.
age where people are working, so it's kind of weird. So sometimes they work at the events that I be at. So when I see them, I'm like, why are you here? Like, but I always speak and I always let them know like what's about to go down, and they
Hmm.
always come to me after the gig and they always be like, wow, that was really good, and I'd be like, thank you. I appreciate that. I try.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. Now, do you ever have events where you're doing something for friends, where you get to play a little hip hop or a little R&B or anything like that, or
mm,
that's
I
off the
turn
limit?
them I turn them down.
Okay, got you, got you, got you.
I do
That
turn
must
them.
be. I mean, now that you're doing it, but that must have been hard in the beginning, huh?
Yeah,
Turn down opportunities and turn down money to go hard
yeah,
with this.
it was. But I like partying too. Like sometimes I don't want to be in control of the party. Sometimes I just want to go there and just enjoy myself. And that's
Right.
why I like being in college so much because it's like nobody knows what I do on the side. So it's just
Hmm.
like and I'm just like a regular person and it's just I enjoy myself. It's good times.
Yeah, yeah. What's interesting about that too, like when I was in college, which was not too long ago. And I don't know why you're laughing. Anyway, so we used to do the parties. We did a lot of parties. I used to do parties every weekend. Matter of fact, I majored in partying. I mean, I had a good time. Oh my goodness. Ah, good time. Anyway, all right. Uh,
Started reminiscing.
that's right. That's right. Oh my goodness. We had this basement that we would do parties and we would sell it out every weekend.
It's
And
crazy.
then one time, and then we did this party in this place, this priest. the priest found out how deep we were, flew into a rage. He shut the party down.
No.
We would have so many people come out to our parties, and it was me and these two other guys in college. We used to do all the parties.
Yeah, promoting in college is like probably one of the best things you could do. Being a DJ, you make so much money. I know DJs that said they made 6 figures in college. College parties alone, like that's crazy to me.
Yeah. Now, from your perspective, where's house music headed?
In the right direction. I heard that I think it was 2024 that it was like the most growing genre out of all the genres. So after hearing stuff like that, like it's like it gives you hope. It really does. And I see a lot of my peers, they post to house music now. A lot of times you'll see a lot of Drake albums. You know, like the Drake house album that they did. Yeah, so Massive on that album is like one of the biggest songs at college parties. Like if you go to any frat party at Rutgers, you're gonna hear that song be played. So that album by Drake, I think, really put house in a different realm. A lot of people don't realize that, but it did help the culture for sure. And because of him, I want to say a lot of Afro house has also been shown. You see Drake a lot with Kingdom Music or Black Coffee, and I think because of that, a lot of people who are Drake followers, they found out about Black Coffee, they found out about Kingdom Music, and now they're listening to their music. Kingdom Music's in GTA, like there's a lot that I see. Like it's just showing that house is heading in the right direction for sure. It's definitely.
Well, R. Kelly did a semi-house track several years back, and then when Beyonce did her house track, there was a lot of people say yes, there's a lot of hate too. It was like, and too, Beyonce too did the country album, a lot of hate there. So one of the things that, which is pretty interesting is that a lot of times people need a box that they can put you in. And I mean, I'll tell you what. So my first love is DJing. Now, if it came down to DJing or doing interviews, I dropped the interviews and I straight DJ. That's my first love. But because people see me in the interview light, many people don't realize I DJ. And every time I go out to events, I didn't know you DJ. You didn't? Okay. That was my first thing. That was my first love. Are you kidding?
Right.
I didn't even know anything about interviewing. I was DJing. So what I'm saying is that right now, let's say you're in the school and maybe you haven't established who you are in terms of haven't figured out that you're this hot DJ, hot house music DJ. So it's going to be interesting as things evolve and you kind of make your imprint on this whole thing and see what happens. So
yeah, it will be crazy. I've spoken with a lot of promoters even before I got to college. There's somebody who hosted a house music event in NYU. And there's somebody else that's also in New York who hosts like Afro house events, but a lot of college students goes out to his events. He tried booking me before, but unfortunately the event didn't work out. I posted a flyer for that and everything. I was excited, but yeah, like there's a lot of promoters out here who's doing like house only parties for college students. So there's definitely a movement and there's a crowd for it. It's an audience that's here for it. And I just don't think that a lot of people realize that, but it's here. It's for sure here.
Now, do you find that in college, those, like, put it this way. So for people who live on the other side of the tracks, do you find that their house music is different? So it's more KTU style versus BLS style. Do you see that?
Yeah, it's a little different. But they do also listen like Afro house. Afro house is one of the bigger house genres now.
Okay.
I have no problem playing Afro House. Like that's what I mainly play, honestly.
Mm,
So I would be able to rock that crowd probably with ease.
right.
But yeah, a lot of them do also do techno parties, but
Yeah.
you could kind of teeter that line to satisfy both the soulful crowd and the techno crowd.
Hmm.
And that's kind of where I like to like stay is like I like to teeter that line so I could kind of cater to like multiple audiences.
Hmm.
So.
Right. The first person I ever heard play Afro House that I was paying attention to consistently was Jihad, and he used to play a lot of when, especially with the cricket club. You
Mhm.
know, I used to hear him play a lot of Afro, but you know, he's versatile. He can kind of go anywhere you need to go with that. But
Mhm.
right, yeah, now,
And I know before I started DJing, I know there was like a big like Afro house wave that came, and I don't know who started it. I want to say Zandy had something to do with it. I
well,
remember hearing, and
probably.
yeah, I don't know the full story behind all of like how Afro house exactly got to be so big in Jersey, but
Hmm.
I do know there was like a big wave that came out of nowhere, and before that wave, there was like no Afro house in Jersey. I remember hearing that before.
Mm. Yeah, well, again, for me, the first person that I heard it, put it this way, that I noticed when I was hearing it was Jihad. That's the
Gotcha.
one. Yeah, that's the one that I noticed. And then I started hearing other people playing. I'm not saying nobody else was playing it before, but
Mhm.
that's the first one who, in my mind, um, turned me onto it. And I
Gotcha.
started listening. Right. Now, okay. Um, let's talk about um, DJing. We're gonna move on a little bit. Um, how about some places that you played and some DJs that you played with? And are there any places you want to play? And are there any DJs that you want to work with?
So far I played a lot of places in New York. This year for me was mainly like a New York year.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really get a lot of bookings in Jersey, but
Mm-hmm.
New York kind of just picked me up, and I've been grateful for that. I played with Sean Ross. I played at the Ritual with Louis Vega and Anani Vega. Both of those gigs was at Low High in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
I had my residency at Atoye. I played Soul Summit this year.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of New York gigs, a lot of New York gigs. The love in New York has been crazy recently. It's
Mm-hmm.
something I'm not used to seeing from like another state. Like that's crazy to me. And then hopefully I'll be playing with a lot more people coming up. Everybody knows Black Coffee and Louis Vega are like my top two DJs. I can't pick a number one between the two.
Mm-hmm.
I played with Louis tag team. I haven't yet
Mm-hmm.
met, spoke with anything with Black Coffee.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully in 2026 or maybe the end of this year, we'll connect some kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
To be able to say will be in contact with both of my top two DJs, I feel like it's not a lot of people that can say that. So that's like insane to me.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully everything works out and I do get a chance to meet or talk to Black Coffee some kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
And even better if I get to open for him or something like, you know,
Uh,
you gotta dream big, man. You gotta dream big.
absolutely.
Um, but
Absolutely.
yeah, there's a lot of good venues too that I kind of want to play at. Two of them I can say is the Circle
Okay.
and the June. I know the June in Paris is
Right.
like a dancers club, DJ's Paradise. I heard somebody call it before.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of the place that I want to go and just kind of see how they react because it's just a room full of dancers. Like they're just in there just to have a good time and dance. And I kind of want to see what kind of other moves they bust out because they're so creative and it's
Yeah.
crazy what these dancers come up with. It's insane.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely in there. I hear like somebody that played there told me like you could feel the music like in your soul or something. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I've got to hear what the sound system sounds like now. Like that sounds crazy. That sounds intense. I need to know what that sounds like. So that's definitely on my bucket list for sure.
Right. Right. Now, how about producing? You mentioned you're producing now. Now, so Mark Francis told me, and I had other people tell me, if you want to really go to the next level, part of what you got to do is you got to produce, you got to make music. And then that's when people seek you out because apparently you can find DJs, great DJs everywhere, but it's when they make the cuts, the songs you want to hear. Now that differentiates you.
Mhm.
Talk to us about producing, what you've done, anything on the table, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay, so as far as producing goes, I agree with what you said. I do think it kind of is needed to take you to that next level, especially now. It's like a different game than it once was. I've spoken with Coco and Breezy, and they said that for them, they didn't really realize or they didn't get recognized for like their talent until they started producing. When they started producing, they started traveling everywhere. Like Coco and Breezy is literally in a new like country every week. Like they're and then so now it's like I'm at that point where I've been playing around in the DAW for quite some time. I hit up a few people, and there's some stuff in the works.
Okay.
Something coming out in November. I don't know how I'm supposed to say all of this, but there is a track coming out in November. I already put like a snippet up earlier. It just got mixed and mastered. It's with Mr. V, Sabrina Cloud, and it's a remix with Paris Yvette, Closer. And that's going to be released on Quantize Records, Spen's label.
Okay, with Spen.
Yeah, so that's what's in the works right now. I'm so happy that I got mixed and mastered. I was sitting on that track for maybe like, I want to say like 4 or 5 months now. So it's been just sitting there, just ready. So I'm happy that that's getting released finally.
Okay, so let me tell you my DJ Spen story.
Okay.
So, okay, so before I knew about who major players, and not that I know who some of the major players in, my dream and interview was to interview DJ Spen.
Okay.
And when I did that, I didn't die, but I did go to heaven. And the way I heard DJ Spen, the first song I ever heard him do, I don't know the name of it, but it was with Dawn Tallman. And he sampled Dance by
Earth People or something that's called.
He that one that Kerry Chandler did.
Yeah,
he sampled that. That was the first one. Then he did this other track that put me over the edge. He did something with Pat Badeau, and forget about it. And I was like, I gotta meet. So I finally, the first time I met him was at Weequahic Park House Music Festival. You know, Lionel and them brought him in, and he was very nice to me. You know, because sometimes you can meet people who you go,
yeah,
I don't care for Billy Bob like that.
yeah.
You know? But he was very nice to me. I told him, look, you know, I'm doing the show Soulful House Nation, like interview, blah, 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 whatever. Along the way, I met a guy who I really, really, really like, really, really cared. I mean, just a great, great guy. I met Tommy Davis along the way. He was very nice, very kind. And Tommy, we talk all the time. But I interviewed him back then. I say about maybe 3 years ago, give or take, something like that, whatever. Then, but he was very kind. You know, just first that was my deal. And then he and Louis Vega used to go back 1 and 2 on the Track Source, and end of the year when they do the thing. Yeah, back then they used to go back, and both of them are very prolific, very prolific. And so anyway, all right. But there's some others too that along the way that I wanted to interview, and I got to interview them, so I'm very, really happy with that.
Yeah.
Obviously, I want to interview Louis Vega, David Morales. I got a whole list, Tony. I mean, I got a top 10. Kenny Dope. But you know what it is too. Yeah, Black Coffee. But the higher you go up, the harder it is to get to them. You know, there's more layers. So it's almost like you got to be introduced, or they got to be feeling you something, then kind of pick you out or whatever. We'll see.
Right. Yeah, it's a process.
Yeah, it's a process. How about what's on the horizon for you that you can share? What can we look for?
A lot of stuff is just in the works. I've talked to a lot of people, a lot of promoters, but they just kind of just let me know that they got me, but they didn't say when, so I can't really say what's going on right now. But
I got you.
Yeah, but as of right now, I think I got a corporate event actually I'm playing. Um,
Okay.
that's in Chicago. That's October
Okay.
25th. That's gonna be a private gig because it's corporate.
Hmm.
That's my first like corporate event. They said they liked what I do, so they wanted some house music. They wanted to have me there. I was like, say, all right, let's do
Let's
it.
go. Let's
And
go.
then the week after that, I'm going to Detroit. That's November 1st. That's an
Mhm.
open gig. I'm playing with Wayne Williams.
Okay.
Detroit Collective. Amir's gonna be there.
Hmm.
You know, me and Amir have been hanging tight recently. We
I
can get
know.
booked for, yeah, we can get booked for tag team.
I
So
know. I
yeah, I
know.
mean, I do like doing tag teams with him because it's like our styles are like kind of different, but they kind of come together in a way that is like perfect
Hmm.
for like a lot of crowds because
Hmm.
we kind of cover everything. You know,
Hmm.
and so it's really good doing a tag team with them. I actually love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, me and Amir will be in Detroit. That's November 1st. Again, that's Halloween weekend.
Hmm.
And we're gonna be at TV Lounge. So as of right now, I think that's all I can say. I think I got something in December too with Becky. When that comes
Okay.
out, that will be posted. I think December 16th, that is. It's
Hmm.
for her birthday. So
Hmm.
yeah. Yeah, lot of stuff in the works, man.
Okay. Well, that's good. If you had to say, you know, like there's okay, so you can know I talk to a lot of DJs. A lot
Mhm.
of DJs, I've been DJing for 150 years and they don't put me on this and that.
150.
Well, maybe I got the timeline a little bit mixed up.
No, that's hilarious. Oh my
But
God.
and but they don't want to put me on because they know what I'll do. I mean, I hear all kind of stuff like that, and I go, okay, no problem, no problem. Um, what do you think is like if you had to say, here's some little success secrets and why maybe you moved ahead faster in 5 years than other people who've been in the game for 30, 40 years and never made moves like that. What would you say? If there's a
So for me, it was just all about pivoting. A lot of people I think get into one space and they just stay too comfortable and just want to stay there. But for me, it's about finding out what the next move is, right? So like I said, I started on Facebook Live.
mm-hmm,
I was like in that trend. Then once that kind of died out, I went to Twitch. I was
mm-hmm,
in that trend. I did a lot of guest shows on Twitch. Then
mm-hmm,
once Twitch died out, I went to YouTube. I
mm-hmm,
was in that trend. So it's all about kind of finding that next step to just be like in people's faces
mm-hmm,
nonstop. So they always think about you when they have an event coming up, basically. And even doing not YouTube, even doing Instagram Reels is like
mm-hmm,
kind of helps you stay in people's faces. They see you playing for all these people. They're like, oh, I kind of want this guy in my gig. So
mm-hmm.
it helps. Being on social media and being present on social media does help. I know a lot of people don't really care for it, but it's where we're at. It's what we got to do. Even I have a hard time staying active on social media. Like I don't think I posted on social media in probably like a month now.
Mm.
And I've done a lot within this last month, especially with the mirror. Like I got to put a real love with me in the mirror. That's like gonna be next. So
Mm-hmm.
mirror
Oh,
first.
yeah, we gotta get him.
Yeah, we
He's a
gotta
few
get back on the
years
grind.
ago too. Yeah. Wow, that's incredible. Wow. Well, um, one of the things too I would say is that you're gonna go far with this thing. And I know it's a balance, because you got school and stuff going. You do have group. And I say every time we get together, I say this to you, and I say it to your dad too, is that if you have a passion for something, don't let it go. I could tell you, my parents, and I've told you many times, so act like it's the first time you ever heard it, okay? Yeah, my parents never bought into this DJing thing.
What? Wow.
They were like, my father, Danny, I didn't pay to go to school and you come out play records. I can play records. I say, yeah, Dad, but you can't put them together the way I do.
Right.
Okay. Oh, it ain't no nothing. That ain't no music. That's why you the boop 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 boop. So ultimately, I have a good life, but many times I said to myself, what if I would have pursued my dreams? What would my life have been like?
Mhm.
But now that they have AI, maybe I can find out.
And it's funny you say like what would happen if I follow my dreams? And because
Mhm.
Black Coffee at the end of his Africa Rising, that's what it's called. Africa Rising concert, he has
Yeah.
said, make sure you guys follow your dreams. I did.
Hmm.
And that's how he ended the tour. So it's
Yeah.
like, I always think back to that quote because it's like, what's gonna happen if I don't follow my dreams compared to what will happen if I do? I feel like
Right,
it's more of a risk to not follow your dreams than it is to follow your dreams. So I'm just gonna go after it, man.
right. Oh, that's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Um, any final thoughts or words of wisdom, anything that you wanted? Any final thoughts?
No, I just really enjoyed this interview, actually. This is my favorite ones. We was here chopping it up. Yeah, it was good speaking with you for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. If you want people to follow you, keep up with you, support you, how do they do it?
I'm just a DJ on everything. JUSTHE DJ on everything. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and I think that's everything.
Okay,
Yeah.
fantastic. Well, I'll see you on the road out there. That's between me and you. All right. Well, listen, hey, just thank you so much for coming and spending time. And yeah, I know you
Thank you
got
for
stuff
having
to
me.
do.
I enjoyed. I
Yeah,
enjoyed.
good, good. Same here, same here, same here.
Yeah.
All right, then. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, DJ Dan Soulful House Nation, I'm coming to you live from the 8th floor. I am the unusual suspect. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Thanks again. Take care and God bless. Bye.
Get ready, get ready, get ready, ladies and gentlemen. DJ Dan Soulful House Nation coming to you live from the 8th floor. I am the unusual suspect, and who are you, young lady?
And I am La Reina, as my mother says, La Reina.
La Reina. Well, yeah, well, I got to tell you, it was really, really fun having a conversation with him. And you know what's exciting?
Great interview.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
But you know what's exciting is, relatively speaking, he's at the beginning of the journey.
Yes.
And there's no telling how big he goes. He goes worldwide. I see that for him. And it's super exciting. There's a couple others too I see that for too. Like Amir. That's in my like immediate reach, so to speak. And there's other ones out there, but these guys are like putting the work in, showing up. They work separately very, very well, and they work together very, very well. So it's super exciting. It's super exciting, and it's like, you know.
Looking forward to watching these two young men. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to the other side. We're gonna go into the Shazam free zone, and we're gonna play nothing but brand new music, and that's what we're gonna do. So, Chuck, you want to do that? We're gonna play brand new house music, and not only will we play it, but we'll say it, so you don't have to Shazam it. That's why we call it the Shazam free zone. So, Chuck, anytime you're ready, I'm ready. Okay.